This video is going to be chopped up quite a bit. We've got new tires, we've got new planter that I picked up, changing the oil. What else did we do? Put on some GPS equipment. So it's going to be chopped up quite a bit, so we apologize for that, but hopefully it'll keep your guys' attention.
Welcome back to Taylor Farms. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Today's afternoon project is getting this old 100-gallon fuel tank from a guy that we custom farm for. We're going to get it and connect it to one of ours just like it to make it a 200-gallon fuel tank. So we're gonna get this loaded up in the back of my truck and get on with it. See, why is ours all stuck up real high? This one's...
Oh, he's got a breather cap on his. That's good.
Hey there, back here in the shop. I kind of got started here on this tractor, putting all these new lights on, these new Tiger lights. I had a whole stack of them here. There's the boxes. I didn't want to bore you guys with installing those. It's kind of a long, boring process, but I'll kind of show you what I got going on right now. Here are the halogens right here. These are the old halogens. They're pretty good lights. They're not bad, but they're nothing compared to these new LEDs. So here's the halogens. These LEDs that I got, these are from Tiger Lights, and they're the exact same setup as these. And so they'll bolt right into your existing bracket. Got some back here on the back. Looks like Matthew and Jonathan are working on a fuel tank project. This one's a 1980. This is 1976. So they've served us well. Actually, this is a landlord's of ours. He let us have it. He's retired, and we've used this one a bunch. So we're gonna fab up just a simple little fuel pod. Just throw in the back of the truck. Much cheaper than a Thunder Creek fuel trailer, although I would like to have one, but very, very expensive. So we should be able to throw this together for just a few $100. Pretty bare bones, pretty rough, but it'll work. Here's an example right here. There's a halogen, and I've got a new LED right here. I'll just show you guys the difference here real quick. So I've got all the shop lights on, so probably won't be able to tell too much, but top two are LED, bottom left is LED, and right one's halogen. Quite a difference. So Tiger Lights also makes a replacement center hood light, all LED, and they also make a corner light too. And so you just remove your old housing. Here's a corner light right here. You can kind of see how dingy and dull it is compared to the new one. And the old one just had a bulb sticking through. This is a actual LED projector. So they're gonna look pretty sweet once it's done. I gotta put this corner light in still. This is where it can get a little tricky. To get up in here, the back side of the grill, and put all the screws back in. So, I'm just gonna take you guys with me, and I'm gonna crawl up in here. I'm 6'3", so this doesn't work out the best. I'm up here against the air cooler, radiator, and oil cooler. I'm trying to be very careful with my boots because you don't want to damage these fins. Show you what we're doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts hold that in, and then there's a plate that jumps from the center light over here. It's completely boring for you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and make you watch me putting in a bunch of screws, so I will be back with you here in just a few minutes. Way better looking than the factory housing with halogens. These are sweet. Let's see what they look like. Those will do. I've even got my shop lights on. Can't wait to see them in the nighttime. I've got one more rear light to put on, and then I've got 2 other lights that I'm gonna put right up here on this corner on both sides to make it 360 lighting all the way around. So I'll start here on this rear halogen right here. Change of plans real quick. My dad was in town and said my new planter had arrived, so we're gonna buzz in there real quick and take a look at it. Probably won't get too much footage of it because I'm gonna make a video about it, but we'll go take a look at it. What do you guys think of my farm truck here? 99 Toyota Camry.
I saw it there yesterday. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Oh really? I haven't been in town. Well, there it is. Hope to come get this thing here in a few days after they get it all set up. That was pretty cool. That's exciting. The planter came in yesterday. I didn't know it, so wanted to go in and take a look at it, but back to putting on lights. What are you guys doing? Look at these fresh haircuts, man. Jonathan, you're looking like a snack.
The women love me and the men hate me.
What are you working on?
We're gonna tie these 2 100-gallon tanks together.
This is kind of a crude fuel setup, but
Poor men have poor ways.
that's, yeah, I reckon you're right.
So 200 gallons, gonna hook them together at the bottom, so that way they even or drain evenly to make 200 gallon.
Okay.
And then we got all the fittings to do that. Some new hose, so
Running 1 pump or 2 pumps?
1 pump for now.
How many gallons does that tractor hold? 350. The other 4-wheel drive holds 500. Ridiculous. So yeah, a nice fuel trailer would be a luxury, but
all of our fuel tanks are pretty close together. So
yeah, cool. All right, I'm starting to mount these GPS components. I detailed the cab today. Got the Pro 700 mounted. Gonna have to have my Precision Farm guy come out and get that all set up with the correct parameters, make sure that's gonna work. Getting ready to throw this nav controller on. If you remember me, a couple videos ago, or maybe it was last video, I opened all these things up. So this is kind of the brains of the whole GPS system. So it gets mounted right back here, right there next to the ECU. So there's 4 studs there. I'm gonna get that mounted and okay, got the nav controller mounted. These 2 harnesses right here plug right up in here to the bottom. Get those screwed in there, should be good to go. Good morning. This is the next day after putting some of those GPS components on and getting the lights finished up. We're gonna get the new tires put on that Versatile today, so I gotta get that tractor pulled out so the tire man can get them thrown on here this morning. Well, shoot. I forgot I backed this bean wagon in here, so this is our pretty much homemade soybean seed tender wagon, so it's not pretty, but it does the job. I'd love to have a nice J&M or Unverferth, but very expensive. It works. So now I gotta get this big girl out of here. I'll show you what the tires look like. There is not much left, especially on these inside ones. I think we're gonna keep the outside ones just for some spares, or if we happen to get a sprayer, we can then have our own floaters. So I'm gonna get this wagon pulled out, get this tractor backed out and pulled there in the rock driveway so the tire guy can better access it. Much quicker doing it this way. If I can get it by myself. Come on. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, he's a heifer. That was quicker than getting the pickup truck out, but wasn't that easy. So now we'll back this tractor out, get it pulled out. This is a 2008 Versatile. It's actually a 435. These particular gears, man, I'm out of breath. I'm out of shape. I moved a wagon like 15 feet. Good night, I need to exercise. And you say, well, it's got a 535 sticker on. You're right, it does. We bought this tractor brand new in 2008, and I wanted to play tricks on my neighbors. And so the 435s, 485s, and 535 models, they look identical, exactly the same. The only difference that they have is the decal, so same motors, everything. They're just turned up a little bit. So we did put a Steinbauer chip on here, power module, so it is probably pushing close to 530 horsepower, but I got the neighbors razzed up pretty good whenever I did that. But anyway, you can see the tires here. I don't know if you can see them here very well. Yeah, they're really dished out. They serve their purpose. We do a lot of road travel, so time for some new ones. Figured $25,000 in new tires is cheaper than buying a new tractor. Quite a difference. We've had Versatiles in the past, old ones back in the 70s and 80s, so we've always kind of had a special place for them here on our farm, so that's why we've got this one stuck around. But this is a 2013 Case IH 550 Steiger. We just got it this past summer, so we've only used it this fall. It's a very nice tractor. It's got like 1,700 hours on it. The Versatile here, 2008, it's got 4,000 or 4,200. So Versatile, very reliable, cheap horsepower, not nearly as nice or has the creature comforts as the Case IH or John Deere, but we shall see. Versatile's been great for us, so hopefully the Case IH is is the same. So we're almost 100% Case IH. We like to call this Versatile our redheaded stepchild. So, but it's been a good tractor, so I hope it sticks around for several more years. Okay, it's the next day. I'm going to try to put these mud flaps on this morning, or at least maybe get one of them. I've got a Kinsey, a clinic at one of the Case IH stores here, a couple hours away. I actually have to drive, but for that new planter, so I'm going to go to that and hopefully try to learn a little bit about those new planters. But I'm going to try to get one of these mud flaps on. They get mounted in here somewhere on top of that axle right there, I believe. I was wrong. I better read these.
Hello everyone. This afternoon we are going to change the oil in this 550, and if we have time we're going to change the oil in the 250 that goes on the bean planter. It's currently not here. My dad and my brother are using it just north of town, but we shall get the oil change in this 550. Okay, well, while the last half of that oil is draining, Jonathan's over here letting air out of the new tires on this tractor. We left them overinflated for about a week. That way, make sure the beads were sealed well. So, Jonathan.
Team ho, brother! What? Team ho!
Well, I'll leave him to that. He had to go put an earplug to it, so loud. So last half of this oil is draining. Oh gosh. Maybe I'll wait till he gets done with that. Okay, let's see if we can drain this oil filter housing without making too much of a mess. We usually have latex gloves for this job, but unfortunately, we're out.
I think Matthew's having a little bit of issue. Did you get it?
Yeah.
He's been wanting to say a few four-letter words, but
We're good people.
his conscience has been working on him, so.
Okay, let me get underneath there.
Are you gonna snug it now? Got any commentary?
None that the YouTube world wants to hear. Alrighty, finally starting to fill with oil. Calls for 30 quarts. So we'll start her up.
7 o'clock at night. We're about done. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. That's why we're trying to get all this stuff done, because we got to move equipment back and forth between the shop and our old shed here. So we would rather have all this done before it rains. That way we can work inside the shop on other stuff tomorrow.